All of a sudden, I look at the stream chat. Everyone, oh, Nazis, Nazis, Hitler, Nazis. No, how about this? Banned, 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 banned. Gone.
All right, what's up, boys and girls? We have episode 8 of Fact or Fiction. We are going to feature the lovely Mrs. Burnell quite a bit. She's going to be in 2 of the scenarios, and the other 2 are about speaking different languages and going on nice, long, healthy walks. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and jump into scenario number 1. And since Khet has been back recently, I figured we would start off with her, especially seeing as how Phil doesn't mind monetizing his mom wife. Now, getting up and leaving his stream recently brought some flashbacks to when she did it the first time. Now, we all know it was Tevin's fault, and he is a vile, evil criminal for doing it, and he's gonna pay for it, trust me. But is that really the reason she left the stream that night? DSP came back and put on a whole show about how she was essentially bullied away. But did Chaos Realm actually leave the stream that night because of the trolls? Fact or fiction?
It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened.
This cat is off now. Like I told you guys, well, I said this last night, but I don't know how many of you guys were here, obviously, for last night's stream. Cat was not going to be here all day anyway. This is her only day off this week, outside of our next day off together, which is Monday. And she's got stuff she wants to do, you know? She's got stuff she got to take care of. And so I want to say thanks obviously to her for being here for the first couple, or a few hours of the stream. You know, nice of her to join us and dress up and everything. But she's off. She may be here later tonight to say goodnight, like at the end of the stream, but... yeah, she's off to do other stuff now, okay?
Some people earlier were asking what happened to Kat. Bottom line is, she's, you know, basically bummed out that so many people were trolling. Oh my god! And it sucks, because I knew that was going to happen. As I've told you guys, you know, previously, Kat has nothing to do with myself or my content or any of the negativity associated with me, and she thought, oh, this would be something nice to do, to dress up for Halloween and come by the stream and hang out with everyone. And the excessive amount of trolling that was going on basically got to her, and she says, I want to go do other stuff. You know, I've been here for 2 games, and I'm not in a good mood anymore, and I want to go do other stuff. So she did, basically. She went on, you know, she's actually not even home right now. She wanted to leave because she was in such a bad mood.
And shout out to the legend Snort Burnell for that one. I'm glad he still had that up. I tried looking for the clip where DSP said she was going to a party, and I could not find it. I know he said it, I just wasn't able to get it. But imagine that. Before he went on his little Tevin rant, Khet already had shit to do, and it was her only day off that week, which I'm calling bullshit on that. But she had stuff she wanted to take care of. And then all of a sudden it turned into that sick motherfucker called Tevin and his army of shithead trolls. And that's why she actually left the stream. Now this shocks me. But it's just more of the same. This dude is such a scumbag. He will say absolutely anything to justify these regards, opening up their wallets and giving them more money. It's ridiculous, man. But let's go ahead and move on to the next scenario. Now, we've all seen how active and healthy Phil is. He once did 25 push-ups on the spot just to teach you little fucking trolls a lesson. He also used to be a jacked bodybuilder back in the day. And he put on one of the best dancing performances I've ever seen in my life. And if he was on Dancing with the Stars, he would have took first place, and you know it. So regular exercise is absolutely no problem for my Führer. Now the question we're asking here, did DSP ever say that he was getting winded just walking to his mailbox? Fact or fiction?
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is. You're right. It's fact. Yes. Yes. A similar event did take place.
I can tell you this, seriously, my circulation is good now. Like, I was having some issues. A little bit of issue with, I felt like, with circulation. A little bit of numbness and things. You know, I told you, you sit around all day, you have these issues. I don't think I'm having the issues anymore. I know I don't want to jump the gun, you know, and say, oh, you know, these problems are completely gone. But definitely I'm feeling like a little better. I'm feeling a little better. I'm feeling like I have a little bit more energy. I'm feeling a little bit more mobile. And the other thing is I'm just not getting winded doing stuff anymore. Like, no exaggeration, I would go out on my day off, have a busy day with Kat, you know, going around grocery shopping and doing other things, and I would come home and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sore and I'm exhausted. Oh, right? And now that's not happening anymore. I come home and I feel fine. I'm not even kidding you. I used to walk to the mailbox and come back and I would feel winded. I'd be sweating. My wife would look at me like, you're sweating profusely. All you did was walk to the mailbox. Like, yeah, I know. This is not good. All right? That's not happening anymore. In fact, I actually checked the mail the other day. I power walked to the mailbox and back, and I walked in the house. I had not a bead of sweat, and I wasn't out of breath. I was like, this is good.
How absolutely embarrassing. And gee, Phil, I wonder why you don't talk about your daily power walks anymore. Is it because you probably were never even doing it, you lying fuck? And I've lived at apartments before. I know the mailboxes can be far away, depending on what unit you live in. But this is supposed to be a relatively healthy guy. It's not like he has a club foot. And he's not overly obese. He's just walking to check his mail. Good Lord. I also love the fact that his wife was surprised because he was sweating profusely just walking to the mailbox. That clip was from June of 2022, so not even 2 years ago. Do you think she could walk to the mailbox and not be winded? And I'm only asking because he brought it up. Do I think this story's even true? Hell no. But just like the last scenario, he's willing to say anything to justify his stupid little stories. But then again, I shouldn't even be surprised. They have a fucking chair in the shower. Unbelievable. Now let's go ahead and move on to scenario number 3. Some people are very diverse and can speak multiple languages. And Darkside Phil, the king of hate, is no different. He's very cultured and loves to speak to people in pig Latin, swine, and he can even speak a little horse. And since he has fans from many different countries, sometimes they like to hear him speak other languages. But since DSP is allegedly Italian, can he speak Italian himself, fact or fiction?
Not this time. Wrong. Not this time. Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time. It never happened.
Getting back to the subject, the tip here, or excuse me, the cheer here. I don't think, Froggins, I'm ever going to 100% understand what compels people to contribute. And the truth of the matter is, I don't want that to be the end-all, be-all of my streams. I want us to have fun and have a good time. That's the purpose of me doing the streams to begin with. And the money comes in as a secondary thing, or as a result of that, that's great. But I don't want this to be... I'm not streaming to raise funds. I didn't make the videos on YouTube, you know, when I started on YouTube 11 years ago to make money. I couldn't even monetize them back then. This is all for fun and for having a good time and you know, and true enjoyment of the game. I keep telling you guys how I'm different from a lot of other people because I do this for the passion of it. I don't do it to make a buck. It's cruel that I can make a buck doing it, but that's not what I'm here for, okay? All right, continuing on. Pedacito, Pincito, I don't know. I don't know how to say this in Spanish. But anyway, they did a 100-bit cheer and says, hey, Phil, do you speak Italian or Spanish or know any phrases? Like, help me, please. It's very important. He says, ayúdame por favor es muy importante. That's help me, please. It's very important. Yes, because I just read it. I can understand basic Spanish. I can read basic Spanish. I cannot say it. Like, if you just said to me, Phil, how do you say, help me, please? It's very important in Spanish. I would have no clue how to do it, but I could read it and understand it. Okay? So there is your answer. Now, Italian, man, Italian's close to Spanish, but there are a lot of differences between the languages. So usually I can decipher general meanings of Italian words, but sometimes I have no idea. So, mature adult cheer. This is just, what the fuck? I guess mature adult's taking a huge dump, and he felt like telling us. Thanks for the cheer. Oh, let's see here.
That's your fan base, Phil. Those are your only friends. Enjoy it. And he didn't outright say he couldn't speak Italian there, but you know damn well he can't. And I don't blame you for that. Speaking and understanding other languages is a hard thing to do. But as usual, he can't just say no and move on. He has to make up a bunch of excuses and dance around the subject. Now this shocks me. But earlier in the clip he says, I'm not streaming to raise funds. This is all for fun and having a good time. I do this for the passion I don't do it to make a buck. Are you sure about that, Phil? Because I've never seen someone enjoy feigning distress and having emergency streams as much as you. I have hours and hours of videos up on my channel of you lying and scamming people for money. And I actually thank you for it. Because when I ultimately do make videos covering the topic and genre that I'm eventually going to get into, I'll already have a head start and a fan base that likes to watch my stuff. So thank you, my friend. But you are a lying sack of shit. And I will always take the opportunity to point that out. Always. My very closest and dearest friend. Now let's move on to the final scenario. And we started the video with the lovely Khet. We might as well end the video with the lovely Khet. And they clearly have a very real marriage. I've honestly never seen two people more in love than they are. And this takes me back to the scam fundraiser, the lie that DSP told about his parents' health, and then ending with him getting married in secret. Now, why else would you do all that stuff unless you really love your partner? And that leads to our question here. Did DSP fly out to Connecticut and get married to his girlfriend because his parents wanted him to do it? Fact or fiction?
You were correct. It's fact. It happened. This one took place. A similar story occurred in the state of New Jersey about 20 years ago.
Intervening with and ruined with people just fucking with me. So I stopped being so upfront, and a lot of people this year have given me shit because I had a trip to Connecticut where I went to see my parents who were getting old, and they literally said this might be the last time you see us depending on how our health goes. And while I was there, I got married because my parents wanted to see me get married before things went south with their health. So I got married, and I didn't tell anyone I was getting married when I was going out there because I was afraid that if I did, people would use that as a way to attack my family. I mean, they've done some fucked up stuff, so imagine if they like tried to fucking SWAT my parents' house or something, right? So I purposely didn't share that information, and I've been taking so much shit because I wasn't upfront and transparent with people about it. And it's like, you gotta understand there's a line you gotta draw, right? Like you have to protect your family, you have to do things the right way. And just because I hid something and I wasn't 100% transparent about stuff doesn't mean that like I didn't want to share it or that I was trying to be dishonest. It's like when I used to be 100% transparent, people hurt me. So now I have to be careful about what I share, you know? But outside of that, like, I'm very matter of fact about everything, and I'm very upfront, and I know bullshit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, in that regard, I do feel that, like, you know, there's really nothing hidden about me in my life or anything. I'm not keeping secrets behind, you know, everyone, oh, Phil lies about everything all the time, and he has all these secret shakes going on. It couldn't be further from the truth.
Very upfront, no bullshit, matter of fact type of person. You know, you hear him describe himself like this, and then you hear damn near every other single person that's come into contact with him say the exact opposite. People from the FGC back in the day, his actual former friends who would know more than anybody in Rambo and Howard, his ex-girlfriend who they just break up and she never wants to talk about him ever again, even his former fans and moderators. Hell, his own biggest current pay pig told me plenty of shit about him, but somehow everybody else is a liar. And he's this upfront, no bullshit, completely honest type of person. Except for when he has to lie to you, which seems to be all the fucking time. And speaking of lying, about that totally real, 100% loving marriage. And while I was there, I got married because my parents wanted to see me get married before things went south with their health. So I got married. Was this an arranged marriage, Phil? Did your parents have to give away a donkey or a cow or some shit so y'all could tie the knot? And I'm not going to speculate on his parents' current health because we truly don't know. But it's coming up on 5 years since this happened. And just last year, and look it up on PigPigGo if you don't believe me, he said his parents were in good health and doing fine, and that he would fly out if, God forbid, something happened to them. But remember, guys, very upfront, no bullshit, matter-of-fact type of person. And you can come to him, not anybody else, when you want to hear the truth. All right, that's it for episode 8. I think I'm going to get to part 10 and then take a little break with it, or just kind of slow down with the episodes. There is a bigger project that I do want to work on, and I know it'll take a little bit of time, but it's all good. I'm not going anywhere. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode, and as always, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. I'll talk to y'all in a couple of days. Let's fucking go, man.
But yeah, I'm not a single one of the games that I ever played was a game where you could actually legitimately earn anything good without spending money and or spending an insane amount of time grinding. I would say, out of all the games that I played, it was actually Marvel Future Fight was the fairest. Even though, admittedly, in order to get anything good, you had to pay to get it right away. You could actually earn the really good stuff in Marvel Future Fight by grinding. It might take 3, 4, 5 months. Like, no lie, it could take 5 months of grinding in order to actually get something good, but you could get some of the best characters in that game just by grinding. I never played another mobile game where it was like that, where it was always just pay to win. It's really just pay to win. And sometimes it's 100% straight up gambling. So I gave all those games up years ago. Like I said, definitively, I gave up mobile gaming when Kat moved in with me. When she moved in with me, I said, I am not going to waste time, money, and resources on any of these games when I have a woman now moving in with me who loves me. We're going to have a life together. We got to focus on that.
Just a real simple yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
Do you currently still play WWE Champions?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm. I can't be focused on this other stupid shit, especially because, as you guys know, I've been in financial trouble really badly the past couple of years, to the point where I've needed your help repeatedly just to keep stuff afloat, to stop my bank account from bouncing, to pay taxes and the like. I don't have money to fucking spend on that shit, and I don't. So, what the nonsense that idiots perpetrate on this fucking internet about me spending money on mobile games and other stupid shit, it's all bullshit. I don't even care about the details that they talk about, because it's all such fucking nonsense. I just don't care. I seriously don't. I'm not going to pay any attention to it. And that's all I'm saying on the subject of mobile games, because that's the truth. That's what I told you guys a million times on stream. You guys ask me about mobile games and stuff. I always answer exactly the same way. My story has never changed. That's always been my story. So I don't understand why all of a sudden, you know, oh, now they completely made fucking something up here. And now it's time that we're, you know, let's start a new detractor meme. But Phil's story's always been the same, because it's the truth. So why would you believe something to the contrary? Oh, because it's the new flavor of the day. You know, last week, it was the stupid, dumbass, drunken peasants drama where they wanted to start shit up. I completely shut them the fuck down and ended that within a day. So now we need a new thing. We need a new drama. Let's make something else up completely. Fuck this. I've had enough of their bullshit. Seriously.